Well, yeah, they've certainly been consistent. This is a view that they've had for a long time. In fact, not just for the Trump administration, but for President Trump himself, going back to his longstanding views well before he became president. He's someone who really believes that we should be protecting these markets. He was searching for the best way to try to impose tariffs. He actually likes tariffs and quotas, and was looking for a way to do that. The vehicle he used is these 232 measures, making the case that it's a national security threat. That to most observers, and including many in the defense establishment, see that as a real stretch. But it was to get to what he really wanted was tariffs to protect these markets. That's why I really am worried. I think a lot of the business community here is worried that they don't see an easy exit from this in the near term. That we won't be exiting until we actually do see some of the retaliation bite certain industries here in the United States.
It struck me over the last couple of months with these extended exemptions that was the ability for him to potentially exit with some saving face. In terms of leverage, of course, that was another tool for them to, force the Europeans and/or other parties back to the negotiating table, trying to get more favourable terms. We've heard again and again and again from the European Commission that's not going to work. They're not going to negotiate with a gun to their head, I think is the term I heard a lot in Brussels. Do you think that this approach has therefore failed?
Well, I think he's very happy to create this leverage. We see that lots of his negotiations. We're seeing it in the NAFTA negotiations as well. This intention to create leverage that you can then trade off for concessions. And the problem for the people on the other side, the countries on the other side of those negotiations, is that if you take out that stick anytime you want, then that's not something we can negotiate on. We can negotiate on long-term structural changes between our two economies or sector by sector, but we can't negotiate with someone who is going to pull out this kind of protectionist stick every time. But I think where people have misread the administration is that while he's very willing to create this leverage as a negotiating tactic, he's also very, very comfortable keeping the measures in place. He does think that there's an economic benefit to keeping the protectionist tariffs in place. His chief trade policy assistant Peter Navarro is in USA Today with an op-ed that very clearly outlines how they see the benefits of protecting these markets. So they're comfortable staying with protectionist measures in place, and that's very different for an American administration.
Tony, one quick question: yes or no? Does China come out any weaker from this? And we've got to go. I'm really sorry.
No, I think China is very happy with this outcome.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.